Hi everyone, my name is Niharika and I am a medical student from India, and just like you, I am on the USMLE journey. So recently I gave my OET exam and I'm making this video because I've been thinking about having my own YouTube channel and sharing all my resources, how I worked, and I've given my step 1, and recently I gave my OET exam on 23rd of March, and I really wanted to share my journey because I can totally understand when you are in a certain situation, anybody's experience can help you. So I've been thinking about having my own YouTube channel so that I can help, and it's just a way of giving back to the community. So when it comes to my OET preparation, I do have a few points written here. So my OET exam was on 23rd of March 2024, and I started my dedicated preparation 3 days back. Although I had started searching and looking for videos like maybe a week back, because I was nervous about speaking, but trust me, speaking is not the biggest thing, right? What I felt was that listening was a little tough for me because I tend to get zoned out in between, and sometimes the audio is too fast, or sometimes you cannot understand the accent. So there are a lot of things. I started my preparation, like the dedicated preparation, 3 days back from my test day, and it only and only included the OET E2 OET official website sample paper. So what I did first was that there is a guy, his name is Jay, and everybody knows him. Whosoever is preparing for this OET exam, they know this guy Jay, and he teaches so well. I mean, each and every aspect of the OET, that is reading, writing, listening and speaking, he teaches very very well, and he's going to tell you each and every small concept. So I highly recommend those of you who are preparing for OET, you go on and you just write J E2 OET official, and you just write speaking, reading, writing, listening, and you just watch the video in brief. Then the next thing that I did was that I did sample question paper. There are a lot of, earlier I used to think that I'll have to dig in a little deeper and look into some Telegram groups so that I can practice this and that. But trust me, there are, I guess, per section, like reading, listening, writing, speaking, there are 5 samples which are present on the official site. So I mean that in that way you have got 20 sample papers, and even till the end I couldn't finish all of them. I mean, there was not even a single section that I could complete all the sample papers of. So they are there, so don't worry about the sample paper thing. So yeah, these are the only two resources that I used. Otherwise I maybe watched 1 or 2 like experience videos, just like the one that I'm creating right now. So that's that. And also when I did my sample papers, I made sure that I made them in the timed, I did them in the timed mode. Okay, I mean, if I knew, because first of all you just need to get there are videos called like where you can understand speaking in 15 minutes, and that's by the official site only. So you watch those videos so that you get to know the overall pattern of the paper, like how many parts are going to be there, how much time they're going to give you, and so you go and you watch all those videos, like for each and every section, and you'll get to know that how things are to be done on that day, so that you are not confused. And I always did that in the time mode. Like for example, the reading part B and C were to be done in 45 minutes, both of them together. So I always, when I practiced those sample tests, I always kept a timer of 45 minutes and even maybe less, and then I did those papers, so that I had a general understanding, and so that I do not lag behind during the test day. So it's important that you do everything in time mode, but it's not very difficult. I'm going to share my OET experience, like the day that everything that happened, and I'll try to keep the video short as well as as much detailed as it can be. Okay, So yeah, I can make a separate video on how did I prepare, and what all do you need to do, and maybe kind of OET in 5 minutes kind of a video for those of you who need it. But like, this video is mainly for my experience, like my test day experience, how it was. So my test day, as I have already mentioned, was 23rd of March, and the location of my test center was Jesus and Mary College in Chanakyapuri, which is like 10 minutes from my house. My bag was submitted along with my mobile phone. I was not allowed to keep anything, even the stationery also. I mean, they told me that I'll get the stationery inside only. Okay, so then I submitted my bag. They gave me a coupon, right? You are just allowed to keep. Also very important that once you go to the test center, you need to have three things. One is your passport, the other is your Aadhaar card, and the third is the like the printout of the email that you got from EBEC, like whatever test center, or maybe from the official OET side, who confirm, like which has your candidate number and everything. So you're going to receive an email, and you need to have the printout of that email, and you need to take it there. So these are the three most important things that you need to carry. Although my Aadhaar card was not used, but it was mentioned that one should have it during the test day. So these are the three things, and you are just allowed to keep your passport and the copy of that email ID with you, and everything else is submitted. Surprisingly, they had breakfast, so, and it was like decent breakfast, really nice. So I mean, I was not expecting that, so I'd already had breakfast at home, but I still had a little bit. And you get water bottle, you get everything. Okay, so they told me that I'll also get the stationery and everything inside only. After breakfast, there was a registration room, and there we had registration done, as in our picture was clicked, and details were rechecked, and passport were checked. And there I made a mistake, that while I was filling my application, like when I was booking the test, I had mentioned that I am a student. Why? Because I'm still a medical student. It's still like almost 15 days for me to graduate, so I mentioned student, but you either mentioned doctor or nurse there. Okay, so I made a mistake, although it was not a very significant one. They told me that they'll put a sticky note or something and just write that I belong to the medicine category. Once you're done with your registration, you go and you sit in a post registration room, which is nothing. You just then, I mean, you enter into your respective room where reading or listening, writing and reading is to be done, LWR room, and that number is mentioned. They are going to guide you through that, and that's not a big deal. Once you go there, I mean, I was in the room at 8:30 and my test was going to start at 9. So as the invigilators were concerned, they were very, very helpful at each and every step. They help you a lot. Okay, so you can be assured from that aspect. I mean, people are really helpful there. After I came back and everything, they explain you the process. You can check your headphones, you can adjust the volume. So there's going to be a lot of time for that. Okay, and then my first subtest was listening, and like for each and every subtest, you get a different question booklet. Once you're going to be doing those OET sample papers and everything, you'll get to know that how those booklets are. And yes, I forgot to mention that I gave OET in the paper format, not in the computer format, and I'm so thankful that I gave it in the paper format, and I'm going to explain it to you in the end why I feel that. So yeah, my first subtest was listening, and I mean, the process was really good. I mean, the headphones were working really well, and I did not encounter any problem anywhere. So then you go on for listening. I mean, my first test was listening, and you get a test booklet, you fill in your details, and every time you get a test booklet, you have to fill in your details again and again, like your candidate number, your name, and you have to sign that I won't be cheating and everything. And your candidate number, it's mentioned on your desk. Okay, and everything is mentioned, don't worry about that. And yeah, after listening, I had reading, and after that I had writing. So since you get a lot of time in writing, and you just have to write a very short letter, maybe a referral or a discharge letter, so I went to the washroom once during the writing part, because I was pretty sure that I'm done with my writing and I don't need much time. And it was already almost 3 hours since I've been sitting at a same spot, so it was a little bit tiring. And then I went to the washroom, and once the test got over, then they gave you lunch. I mean, they gave me lunch, and it was really tasty. It was, although I got my lunch packed from my home, but still they gave me lunch, so I had that. It was really nice. At 1, I was completely free, although they don't allow you to go downstairs and out of the test center. But since my speaking was scheduled at 5 p.m., which was 4 hours from 1 p.m., so I took permission, I took my bag, I took my mobile phone, and I went downstairs. I took some air. I just came back to check that what was going to happen, and they told me that they have been looking for me, and my speaking is going to be in like 5-7 minutes, because you have to register again when you are going to be going for speaking. So then they got me registered, and then like within 5 minutes I was inside the room. I was inside the speaking room with my interlocutor. So the people who are invigilating you, they are different, and interlocutors are different. Okay, so then I went inside. My interlocutor was really very, very polite. She was really nice, and then she started recording and everything. And my role play cards, they were also very nice. And yeah, I can, even I had palpitations when I was doing the speaking part and everything, because you don't want to make a mistake, yet you have to sound natural. So there are so many things that you have to take care of. But I think mine was pretty chill. Why? Because the environment is so silent, and you get time to think, and those 3 minutes of preparation. So you just have to live in the moment. Like I told you, I can make like a 5-minute video on what I took from the preparation of OET and everything, and I can explain those things there only. Like, this is my experience of my OET exam day. So everything was pretty chill. My recording went like 22 minutes long. It was 22 minutes long. So my speaking was done in like 22 minutes. I was free by 3:30, and then I was like completely free, and finally OET was over. This was my experience of my OET day, and I told you that I gave OET in the paper format. So why I feel that paper format is good? Because I feel that sitting in front of a computer for for 3 hours, it drains me twice as much as when I write on the paper. So earlier I was very, very apprehensive about whether I should do OET, because I know that all the official exams are on computer only. But then there were mixed reviews also. A few of the people who had already given OET, whom I knew, they told me that unless you have a typing problem, you take OET computer only, and don't take the paper format and this and that. But then I really thought it through, and I finally decided. But then I saw a few videos, I talked to a few people, and they told me that OET paper is just as good as the computer one. And even when you practice, so you will have to write things and do this and that. So you're actually practicing for the OET writing only. Okay, so because all the sample papers, when you're going to be doing it, you're going to be writing on a paper, right? And yeah, this was my experience. And if you got anything out of this video, let me know in the comment section. If you have any doubts, if you like this video, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube YouTube channel.